What's up everyone, and welcome back to today's video where we're going to go through our 8-step process to using Elephant Advisory to get a mortgage. Now, getting a home loan can seem like a complicated and vast process, and it is. That's why we break it down into 8 stages to ensure that you, our clients, find it easy and it's a nice pathway towards success. Let's dive into it. Number 1. The first thing we do is what we call our fact find stage. And in the fact find stage, it's really a casual conversation to get to know your goals. Are we refinancing? Do we need to buy? Are we pre-approving? Do we just want to understand what's happening in the market? We use this fact find stage for 2 main reasons. 1, for us to get to know you, your goals, your vision, things you like and don't like. Have you ever engaged with other professional services before and what you didn't like about it so we can improve? And secondly, we want to have a very long-term relationship with our clients. So we want you to ask a million questions of us. We discuss how we earn income. We discuss the banks that we have on our panel. We discuss the benefits of a mortgage broker and also the pitfalls. Really, stage 1 is an information swap, and we call that our fact find stage. Number 2. Now, if you're comfortable with working with us and we think also you're the right fit for our business, we will progress you onto our client portal and document stage. And in this stage, it's really about solidifying the financial information that you might have. Your income, your assets, your credit score, any kind of personal history that we might need to look at banks and look at your scenario, we collect in this stage. We do this digitally. 1, because it's easier. 2, because it's very safe, because we're getting very personal information from you. So in this phase, the ball passes to you to really fill out our client portal. That might be a 20-minute job. And upload some documents for us. We say another 20 minutes. When done correctly and done accurately, it really builds a really smooth process from here on in. Now, number 3. You have given all this personal information and tasked us with finding out a solution for you. Stage 3 is us giving you our initial proposal. Now, in this proposal, we generally break down any scenarios you want across multiple lenders. May it be refinancing, purchasing, upgrading, buying multiple investments, selling and buying, bridging loans. Whatever scenario we've discussed in our fact find stage, we now build out from a pricing, an achievable, and what's next process point of view. Our proposal comes to you in a nice PDF format and is really to arm you with a thought process that we think we can move towards the next stage. This stage is generally where we have a 45-minute client call to an hour, hour and a half, depending on how many scenarios you want us to work with. And it helps us answer all your questions. I call the initial proposal stage the pressure release. You finally see what's doable, and you also can talk to us on a personal level about the intricacies of why you might not be able to do something, or why you might feel like this is too stressful. Whatever it might be, this stage is about giving you an answer. Number 5 is generally after our initial proposal stage. Maybe there are some revisions, but we're on to discussing the banks. In our proposal stage, we may have proposed a few banks for you. We have a lender panel of 50, let's say. We have given you 5 or 6 to choose from with our recommendation. And once we've ironed out that single scenario that you're working towards, we submit for an approval or pre-approval. Now, this means generally signing some DocuSign documents, signing some application forms for the specific bank, and submitting to a bank. This is where you will actually get a credit inquiry done by the bank because we are passing sensitive information for them to assess. Now, once they have information, a back and forth occurs between us, the mortgage broker, and the bank to answer any questions. In some instances, we might have to come back to you for further clarification, but we generally try and bulk these all to make it a streamlined process or answer these ourselves. The goal of this stage is to end at an approval that is akin to the proposal and scenario we discussed. This is probably the greatest stage because you finally get clarity and clearance from a bank that you can do what you're set out to do. Stage 6. Now, hopefully, once the approvals happen, you go off and do something. You might coordinate a refinance with us. You might actually need to go and buy a property or already bought one. Now, once that is ironed out, loan documents get issued. Now, these can be vast. The banks still are stuck in the 90s with terms and conditions on terms and conditions. So in the loan document stage, loan documents are issued for your scenario, which will have all these items, generally the loan, the purchase price, the refinance amount, the property, the security, the borrowers, all this jargon, interest rates, fees. Our job is to check them and give you the okay to sign them off, or jump on a quick Zoom or a phone call to ensure that you're happy and know what you're signing off. The loan document stage is your certainty ticked off. You sign off on these documents knowing that the bank has provided you a formal offer to achieve what you're looking to do. And number 7, we're very, very close to the end. Number 7 is settlement. Essentially, when you're discussing with a bank for some sort of finance, there is a day somewhere where money transfers. It might be money from the bank to you to buy that property. It might be money from the bank to your existing bank to refinance you across. It might be money from the bank to start to consolidate some debts, to build a house, whatever it might be. Money needs to exchange hands, and that day we call settlement day. And stage 7 is all about ensuring a settlement date is booked, adhered to, and money flows correctly. Now, generally in this stage, there is 2 parties, whether it's 2 banks, whether it's us and a vendor, and your conveyancer is involved in that process to ensure that money is transferred securely and safely on your behalf. On the day of settlement, once all the money changes hands, you have finally achieved your goal. The great side is if you're buying, you can go pick up keys, which is amazing. And from a refinance perspective, maybe that interest rate has kicked in lower, maybe you've got some cash out, or maybe you've moved to interest only. Whatever you were seeking has unlocked and achieved on settlement date. But it doesn't end there. So finally, stage 8, what we call lifetime post-care. Post-care stage is straight away once you've settled, we call your bank and we check. We check to ensure everything's done correctly. I have a love-hate relationship with banks. They give us what we want. They give us money to fuel our goals, but they get things wrong. So we check things like offset accounts, direct debits, or we give you an instruction sheet, because some banks are very personal with information, to go off and check that things are correctly done. Now, our post-care process also outlines how we will engage with you after this. If it's 3 monthly pricing reviews, an annual valuation, whatever it might be, we're going to map out how from here on in we'll help you manage that mortgage for the best outcome. That is our 8-stage approach. And if you got to the end of here and you feel like, wow, this is what I like, or you had questions on how the stages broke down, please reach out to us. We would love to chat. Thanks again. Bye.